Join us on Twitter with the hashtag JoySMS and on Facebook as well. Ray?
Yes, I mean, I think one of the points we should not start from is presuming that what's happening is purely due to some people hoarding or some people deliberately keeping the dollar in a way to profit from it. That's also a legitimate supply issue that should go into the meetings too. Because, of course, I heard you say that how will we free up enough money and ensure the supply is done properly. We should come to the table with all the options at play. If you don't diagnose the problem properly, you may end up prescribing solutions or medication which really will not solve the problem and may even compound it. So this mentality that it is purely due to speculation, we need to weigh properly. We need to back it with the evidence that's required before we take measures, so that our measures are not just dealing one side of the problem when there are equally other very important reasons why we cannot be where we are. Because if there's supply, this matter, speculation will never happen.
Are you covered? In fact, how much do you know about motor insurance? Do you know exactly what it takes to make sure that your car is all-round covered the way it really needs to be? To make the right choice when choosing a motor insurance policy, you need to talk to the right people. Dunwell Insurance offers competitive rates and a choice of covers ranging from third-party cover, third-party fire and theft cover to comprehensive cover. At Dunwell Insurance, we delight in paying personal attention to our esteemed customers and ensure prompt payment of claims. So if you didn't know, now you know. Dunwell Insurance. If it must be done, it must be done well.
The biggest event in sporting history is on, and it needs the biggest packages ever. Adansi Travels World Cup packages are the best and the biggest you can find anywhere, with so many options that will blow your mind out. Travel packages for Qatar and Dubai, which includes return flight, hotel accommodation, daily buffet breakfast, airport and in-city transfers, 1 month multi-entry visa to Dubai, discovery of Doha and Dubai guided city tour, card for entry to Qatar with free public transport in Doha, complimentary guided Dubai city and shopping tour, and the ultimate FIFA category 3 tickets for Ghana matches as per package. Ghana, this is big, all at a cost-effective and affordable rate. Terms and conditions apply. So from the 22nd November to 3rd December, book your spots now. Contact Adansi Travels now on 0593 850079 or 0556 310 404. You can visit our office at American House, East Legon.
Ghana, get ready for God's General Senior Prophet Jeremiah Motufufi once again in Ghana. With the theme Ghana Recover 2022. It is a 5-day power park crusade, 3rd to the 7th of November 2022 at the Independence Square, Acquah. Time 4 p.m. each night, and attendance is free. And on the 7th, which will be the last day, there will be special impartation and anointing service for ministers of the gospel, politicians, public and civil servants, businessmen and businesswomen at International Conference Center, Accra, at 4 p.m. and is strictly by registration. For inquiries and registration, please call the following numbers: 0540-898202 or 0598-924-929. Jesus is Lord.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro. Thanks,
the
bro.
Malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Hey, fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How we go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you.
Okay.
She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablet and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
And Thomas
Hey, Charlie, this Qatar 2022 is bringing back some crazy memories, eh? Me, dear, the last tournament, I go bet my rent advance. First match, no. Hey, fam, them take show me where I go stay plus my in-laws. Oh. But this year, against my chamber and hall, my Go TV showing all the 64 matches. Massa, they tremendous super pop. Massa, listen, this time with dear, Go TV Super, remember is 64 matches needing now. Get your Go Coder and 1 month plus subscription for only 89 CDs. Go TV, love it.
This is your last chance to make that dream travel you have been waiting for come true. So take that step with Latina Travels and Tours and join the business tour in Turkey and leisure in Dubai for all your business and leisure needs from the 1st to the 8th of November 2022. Package starts from $2,500 and includes visa, flight, accommodation, 3-meal plan, transfer and tours. To register, contact Latina Travel on 0244 260 789 or call Gifty on 0270-302-245 or visit the Sunny TV premises or Latina Travel at the Elisa Hotel, North Ridge, Accra. This advert is sponsored by Joy FM, Latina Travel, Sunny TV, Sunny FM, and AGI.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
And in these times when the cedi is depreciating rapidly, really, I mean, it's just been falling just like that the whole of this year. And the last couple of months, it's been crazy. If you're on a dollar-denominated mortgage, we can't even begin to imagine what you may be going through right now. Listen, we'd love to hear your personal experiences. What are your fears? Have you had to restructure? We heard the story of someone who had to sell his house, for instance, so he could just pay off the facility. What's your own story? We want to know. We want to hear from you. We had a good friend also sharing with us. He borrowed $44,800, started the monthly payments, and this was in 2020. The interest rate then was 12.5%. The monthly payment amount was $562.41. So in March 2020, he paid $3,093. June 2020, he paid $3,149.49. In December 2020, he paid $3,304.16. Fast forward to December 2021, he was paying $3,486.94. And then in January 2022, it was $3,655.66. May 2022, $4,454.28. June, $5,342.89. That is absolutely unbelievable. What's your own story? We want you to share with us. And thankfully, Raymond, WhatsApp is back. We understand WhatsApp is working. Is your WhatsApp working, Raymond?
Yeah, it's working partly, frankly. I've been trying to restart my phone. I did it first. I saw some progress, and it appears to be making some I mean, yeah.
Okay, then maybe this time there's something wrong with your phone. My WhatsApp is working all right. So why don't you send us WhatsApp messages now on 055
I thought we were together in this
We
struggle.
were, but it looks like you're alone right now. 055 That's the WhatsApp number that you can share your thoughts with us. Also tweet at us with the hashtag JoySMS. Now, a nourished new season is here. Malta Guinness invites you to watch and support the goodness in women's football with the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. Follow every pass, tackle, and goal as our ladies add some style to fuel your passion for football. Follow the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League on our social channels, hashtag Malta Guinness WPL, and watch the matches live on Max TV weekly. Now, are you finding it difficult to maintain an active savings culture? Join the ABSA Ready to Work webinar and get useful insight on how you can save and invest with your limited resources. ABSA Bank's finance director and other industry expert will be live on Facebook for this. So they're live on Facebook and YouTube on Friday, 28th of October 2022, 10 a.m. And they will be discussing, is an active savings culture dead? Is an active savings culture dead? That's a very good topic, especially in the times that we're in today. They say this is the best time to save, but is an active savings culture dead? Make a date with ABSA Bank on Friday, 28th of October, 10 a.m. as we commemorate Global Savings Day. Hashtag Ready to Work. That's Africanacity, and that's ABSA. The Morning Star International High School wishes to announce that enrollment for the 2022-2023 academic year is in progress. This award-winning high school has both local and international accreditation programs offered at the Cambridge Year 7, 8 and 9 Lower Secondary, IGC SE, A-Level and WASI. SHS1 and Cambridge Year 10 enrollment is in progress for students completing the 2022 BECE. Enrollment forms may be accessed from the school's website, so is MO Star School, mostarschool.edu.gh, or collect from the High School at Dodowa or the Basic School campus, which is in Cantonment. Be a part of an enriching learning community where the tradition of excellence continues. Call Morning Star International High School on 0243 758 795 or 0246 877 358 or 0303 975 628. 0303 975 628. Morning Star, arise and shine.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
We want to start our conversation rolling right now. The impact of the dollar on a dollar-denominated mortgage right now in Ghana. We have someone sharing his experience with us. He remains anonymous for now, but we also have Samuel Amegaibo, Executive Secretary of the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association. I want to say good morning to you, gentlemen, and thanks for joining us here on the Super Morning Show. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, great. So for our friend who's joining us, sharing his experience, can I call you Kofi for now?
Sure, I think I'll do it, Kofi.
Okay, all right. So Kofi, what's your story?
Okay, so like any other Ghanaian, I've always dreamt of having a place I call my own. And so my wife and I decided to embark on the project. We did it for several years, but very difficult to complete, and so we decided to approach a mortgage company to take what we call a home completion loan. And we took just around $45,000 to complete that. We did that. That's the latter part of 2019, and started doing the payments in March of 2020. from 2020, but mind you, the interest rate on the dollar-related loan was 12.5%. And so initial monthly repayments were $562.41. That translated to about 3,000 cedis, specifically 3,092 cedis in March of 2020. We went gradually to 3,300 by the end of that year, 2020. The following year, we started at 3,300, ended 2021 about 3,400, and it was very comfortable. It was okay until 2022, and even with that, in the beginning, it was okay. It was quite manageable. We're paying around 3,600. Then, by some part in the second quarter, heading towards the half year, the rates started appreciating. As the CD depreciating, and so the dollar, which you're supposed to pay in, started appreciating. We paid in May 4,400. In June, about 1,000 came up, shot up to 5,300. As if that was not enough, in August, the mortgage company sent us messages that because LIBOR had gone up, LIBOR is the rate, the indicative rate of borrowing out there in the West. And so because LIBOR had gone up, my interest rate was really going up accordingly. So we went from 12.5% to 13.3%. That shot my monthly repayment to about $604.72. And in August, I paid $5,926. That's with my new interest rate and my new monthly payment. September, it shoots to 6,077 cedis. So I started off at 3,093 cedis, and in September, that's with an exchange rate of 10.05. I was paying 6,077 cedis, 43 pesos. Now, this is at 10.05. October, we have a few days end October. I'm supposed to do that monthly payment. I'm sure I'm going to be paying in excess of 7,000 cedis. All these payments obviously come from my salary. Salary hasn't increased. It has remained the same from when I started this mortgage payment. Disposable income is actually coming down, is shrinking because cost of living is going up. And so everything around you is also going up in terms of pricing. And you must make sure that these are some necessities are there that you can't do without. Some fixed costs are there that you really can't do without. And so disposable income is shrinking seriously. It's getting to a point where this is not sustainable. It is just sustainable. For the past few months, I've approached this company to sit down with them so we try and restructure this. Tell them my story, see how best they can help me so I can also be a client that will continue paying because I don't want default. I'm in the financial sector myself, and default is not the way to go. It doesn't relate to my benefit, neither does it to the financial institution's benefit. For 2 months, Mamavi, I have been pushing by mail, by phone, by text, by WhatsApp, just to meet somebody. But all my efforts,
why do you think that is? What's the challenge?
Like I said, from what I said, I also see a financial institution, and I know that they are also under pressure. We have all sorts of clients coming, trying to restructure, clients defaulting. And so they have their issues to sort out. That's why maybe it's becoming a bit more difficult to talk to me because, we all know what the conversation I'm come to have with you. It's about restructuring my debt. So that is what I suspect. Aside that, I don't see why we shouldn't have that.
Right.
But
Kofi, how long are you paying this? Is it for 15 years?
Yes, for 15 years.
Wow.
And we have done this 2.5 years.
Is this sustainable? Are you able to continue paying? You're currently paying a little over 6,000 from 3,000 when you started.
Yes. 6,000 with a 10.05 rate. 6,077 cities with a 10.05 rate. So at 12.5 or close to 13, I don't know if you want to do the math. I know, but the reality is that I have to pay.
What's the limit? what can you not go beyond?
Mamavi, beyond 7,000, even as it is, it's a lot of distress. Beyond 7,000, I don't know.
Is your salary in dollars?
No, it's in cities. My salary is in cities.
I want to engage Samuel. Okay, you finish. You finish with that point you're making.
You made a point at the beginning of the program that when you have a CD salary, I mean, your income is in CDs, you shouldn't take $1 denominated salary.
Right.
That's correct. I agree, 100%. But back then, I mean, I did my math, I did my calculations, I did my projections with a certain level of depreciation, and I had history to guide me, you know. And so after I modeled everything, modeled the worst case scenario, it still looked comfortable that I could sort it out in about 10 years and still be fine. And that's after my previous decision. But obviously, everything is gone against me because you all can see what's happening to the CD against the dollar.
Well, I mean, you're in the financial space yourself.
Yeah.
I was just learning yesterday that previously we've had like 5, 6, 7, up to about 8% depreciation. So nobody saw this coming this year. But I want to engage Samuel Amagaibo on this. He's the Executive Secretary of the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association. Can you please turn down the volume on that radio set? It's giving us some feedback on air real quick, and then we can begin this conversation, Samuel. I'm not sure. Maybe Kofi, if it is you.
It's not from me.
Okay, all right. Kofi, kindly turn down the volume on that radio set for us. All right. Samuel, well,
yes,
thank you for joining us for this conversation. But haven't you also contributed to the challenge that we have today? Because you also quote in dollars.
Mamavi, I've known this matter a long time. You see, real estate developers don't contribute to this significantly. I would say yes, we do contribute to it, but not significantly. In the sense that we are not asking people to go and get dollars and bring to us. We have been indexing our prices to the dollar just to be able to manage the fluctuations. In the market, because as you know, we are heavily dependent on importation, and real estate developers are into the business of producing a product that takes a long time to turn around. And so when you have a situation where you start a project and buy cement at a price, let's say 40 Ghana cedis for the foundation, then when you are done with the foundation and you are starting the main block work, then you are buying cement at 50 cedis. When you get to the lintel, you buy it at 60. When you get to roofing, you buy it at 70. And when you get to plastering, you buy it at 80. Mamavi, I can pose this question to you now, that how will you want me to price my house under the circumstance? You see, so this challenge has been there, not today. It's been there for a long time, except that it has been extremely harsh this time, and that is why my brother's frustration comes in. And we, as the source of production, we are also hit heavily the same way as he's also complaining. And so we just managing the situation to a extent where we don't end up investing so much and only reaping in so much. Sometimes people think that when you bought an item several months ago or several years ago and you are reselling, you have to go back to the old price and then put your margin. No, if you go that way, then you are not a businessman. Every businessman's aim is to look at the replacement cost and then a certain profit. So if I develop a property and I'm selling it at the replacement cost. How much will it cost me to put up that same structure if I sell it up today? Plus what is called a profit. Because it's the profit that you are going to use to reinvest in the business, sustain your business, pay your salaries and all that. So it is difficult. It is a difficult situation. I don't want people to think that it is deliberate on the part of real estate developers to do what they are doing, but it is mainly to help them manage the inflation, the fluctuations, and the volatilities in the currency so that they can stay in business and don't lose their capital.
I know Kofi is not alone, so what are you hearing? You don't give loans. People buy from you. Sometimes you assist them to get the facilities. What's been the experience, particularly the last couple of months, with people unable to repay?
I have actually, for the past 4 days, getting a lot of calls from colleagues and friends who have taken mortgage, especially those who have taken mortgage in dollars, and bombarding my phones with calls seeking advice on what to do. So, I think maybe, I mean, to put it, everybody is feeling it, and it is time I will entreat on the conscience of our financial institutions to look at the issues well and don't only offload the burden onto the people who have signed on the mortgage. I can see from the frustration of Kofi when he said that he has frantically made an effort to get somebody from the bank to engage them to speak, and he's not getting any assistance. I think that is extremely frustrating to hear that. But I think there are a couple of advice that I, as a developer and knowing how the system works, can share for Kofi and all those who have a similar situation to explore, and also make an effort to engage the banks that give them the facility. I think under the circumstance, it will be in the interest of these financial institutions to work hand in hand with their customers to make it easier for everybody. Because if they don't do so, I think they stand at a heavy disadvantage, because the level of default is going to be extremely high. And so one of the things that I want to offer or suggest to those in this situation is that they can consider, one, restructuring the current balance of their mortgages. So, for example, if you have signed on a mortgage for, say, 15 years, and you have done maybe 7 years, it means that you have 7 more years to go. But under the circumstance, the bank can restructure your balance and then reconfigure it now to another 15 years. Because depending on your age anyway, because if you want to maintain the same momentum, as Kofi explained to you, his repayment has doubled because of the exchange rate. But if you restructure your balance, it will give you an opportunity to pay a lesser premium at the end of the month, for which I think it is worth considering. And then you can also look at converting the current balance of your mortgage in dollars into cedis, so that they rework it out for you moving on. But that has a difficulty that you may have to overcome, which means that your salary must be very high enough for you to be able to sustain under that arrangement. Then the third one is suspending the principal of your mortgage in itself for a period, perhaps 6 months under the circumstance. And then you pay only interest for the 6 months. I think it is something that most banks will be willing to accept. And then if you have any savings, that's the fourth one. If you have any huge savings somewhere, or you can mobilize one of the ways also is to go and pay a lump sum of the balance, either all of it or a majority of it, so that you have a smaller amount to deal with. I think if we go through and consider any of these four advice, you will be able to get some relief under the circumstance.
Right.
Yeah.
And Samuel, thank you very much for the suggestions that you've given us, the recommendations. But is it easy to sell? So if I'm unable to pay, but I've been able to pay a significant amount, can I easily sell off my house now to repay?
Okay. What I would say is that at the moment we haven't computed any data. But what I am noticing, or I have noticed in the system, is that we have a few or some people who have money, either sitting in banks or sitting in other places that are not doing anything, and they were depending on either treasury bills or fixed deposits and all. But as you can see now, the inflation is so high, and the system we are running now doesn't suggest that if you have savings and it is sitting there, you are going to get any tangible benefits from it. So a few people have rather decided to invest some of this money they have into things like buying properties from people. And so I'm unable to say it is easy per se. But then there are some people who are also chasing opportunities like this. But the situation here will mean that you, the seller, may have to accept a price that may not be the exact or the real market value if you are in a hurry to get something from this arrangement.
Right. Well, thank you. I want to ask Kofi, which are the options that Samuel just outlined? Which of them do you think would be easy for you, at least if you got the institution to speak to?
Okay, so from what Samuel outlined, maybe two things. Restructuring the facility, and also to the suspension of the principal. Maybe these are two options you can look at. Because the option of converting to CD, I have done the math on that. And the mortgage company would not give you a facility which repayment is more than 40% of your salary. And because of what the rates are right now, that would definitely be way above 40%, of my salary. That's my case. And so that's not an option.
Right.
But that notwithstanding, even with that option, it isn't like those who have their mortgages and CDs are well and dry, because they also see their rate increase significantly. Of course, because of the policy rate, it increased significantly. So that's another thing to think of. But like I said, because of the 40% cap of your net income, which the institution will not go beyond, for me that's an option. So restructuring and maybe suspending the principal payments for some time.
Right.
But all these things is just deferring the problem. I'm looking more at a permanent solution because it's not very exciting being where I am right now.
Right. I can understand. But your interest is not fixed, is it?
The interest is fixed. It only changed because LIBOR changed. So unless you're asking if my facility interest is fixed.
Okay. At least
for
that's...
the interest payment, it's fixed. I mean, until LIBOR changes, it's fixed.
Okay.
That's a bit more stable than the CD. I mean, those are some of the reasons why I went the dollar-denominated loan. Because LIBOR wouldn't change as often as the policy rate would.
Right. Well, Kofi, thank you very much for sharing with us. There's hope. So just keep trying. What's your next step, though? Because you say you've been trying to call them and you're not getting them. Would you walk into their facility?
Yes, I've gone there a couple of times. I've been to the facility a couple of times. I didn't meet the person I wanted to. You meet somebody, you talk to my boss. I'll talk to my boss. But unfortunately, I'll talk to my boss people. They can't help me now. I want to meet the boss. I want to meet the head of public mortgage or whoever really can help me. So I'll keep trying. Meanwhile, also, I'm looking at the options of putting the building on the market. If I have a good value, I think I'll just let it go, pay off the institution, and start afresh.
Right. I was just going to ask, what your greatest fear is. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
That building is my wife and I's life. Like, we've poured our decade, the past 10 years, everything you have, you've poured into that building to see if it gets where it is now. Obviously, at this point, my greatest fear would be to lose that and not even get value for it. I don't fear to start all over again, but what we've gone through to put that together, I just want to think about getting a mail from the bank saying they want to repossess my building because I could not pay. I just want to think about that now.
Right. Well, listen, it is well. There's hope. The fact that you're talking about it, the fact that you're exploring the options available. We wish you well, Kofi. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mr. Megaibo, also for talking to us and for the recommendations that you've given. We'll share again with our listeners. Thank you very much. That's the
Thank you, Mamavi.
Executive Secretary of the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association, who's suggesting, Raymond, 4 things. One, he says that you can consider restructuring the current balance on your facility. You can convert the current balance in dollars to cedis. Suspend the principal on the mortgage is also another suggestion. And then mobilize to pay a lump sum of the balance if you can't pay all. But a lot of the suggestions would also require the institution that gave you the facility.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not your decision to make.
Of course, I mean, they have to come in and help you out with I know both sides are tight. I'm sure the various institutions, I mean, none of us really projected that the city will get this bad. I mean, to be fair, right from the beginning of the year, along the line, we're being told that the extreme end we could get was even 12. Now, where we are roaming, it's a bit more dangerous than that. So these are extraordinary times. So one would have expected that both parties will come to the table and redesign something that's working out for both parties, be it the client or the institution that's providing it. I mean, I know it's tight and people are ending the year with a lot of uncertainty on their hands, but maybe if there's a belief, and of course we are told that these financial institutions are also meeting government at various levels. If there's the belief that government's willing to, one way or the other, come on board, help out, and also provide some security, we can all come to the middle one way or the other so that we do not push the burden to one person. In this case, some will say that you assumed certain risk, but nobody thought that we would get this bad. That's what nobody can put out of this question. So the conversation people should be having is with their banks, their various institutions, and people should be a bit more, open to engaging on these things. At the core of it is the fact that if we do not stem the tide when it comes to the cedi depreciation, it's going to get worse by the day. And that's what we cannot run away from. No matter what we say, these are some of the ripple effect of when the center cannot hold with the currency. What happens? Extreme levels we are seeing today. So luckily, regardless of the various initiatives banks will take with their customers, and some that they are not even uncertain today because they don't know what kind of plan would ensure that we know a certain future for this depreciation. How long is it going to take? How many months should we endure the consistent depreciation? And how is it going to be? What are the fluctuations going to be like going into the future? There isn't a clear-cut policy to plan with. APSA said 12 by end of year. We are not 1 year end of year. We have already achieved or crossed that particular mark. Exactly what points or what high mark will we get to know that we are no longer going to exceed this? So those uncertainties will also affect the conversations that these financial institutions will be having with their customers. And the lack of planning in the space is huge. You cannot really have the right data to plan with. So, I mean, I just feel for both sides. I just feel it's terrible when you pump everything that you have into this project. And listen, the alternative is having to consistently pay for rent or build on your own. That's another huge headache.
Absolutely.
And not everybody can do that. Not everybody can raise money virtually every 2 years to go and pay for what's supposed to be under 6 months. And yet, we are being forced to live within the system.
Ray, we have others sharing their thoughts with us, sharing their experiences with us. When we return from this quick break, you can give us a call on 0302216541. This is the Super Morning Show, when we are monitoring how the depreciation is affecting a dollar-denominated mortgage. If you're on one right now, we'll love to hear from you.
Gone are the days when good sleep was a nightmare. Today, rest is assured. We have found a solution. Royal Foam is here. With Royal Foam, quality and customer satisfaction comes first. We produce mattress, carpentry foams, duvets, bedspreads, curtains, and beds. For the quality services we offer, Royal Foam have also been awarded at the 12 Business and Financial Excellence Awards. For good sleep and better relaxation, it should be Royal Foam. For quality, buy Royal Foam. Visit Royal Foam at our showrooms and sales depots across the nation. Call our hotline on 020-227-1000. Royal Foam, rest assured.
Charlie, so it's actually raining and we can't hear any sound. As for this, your house, when it's raining, no sound. When the sun is up, the interior is cool. What roof are you using?
They use Acquah roofing shingles from Interface Limited. Long lasting and beautiful.
Acquah roofing shingles. We all for move to Interface and get this Acquah roofing shingles.
Interface Limited is the leading supplier and installer of finishing input materials for the building and construction industry in Ghana. Call us on 0274 999999 or visit our website at
www.interfacelimited.net. Facebook Interface Limited GH. Instagram Interface.limited.
The biggest event in sporting history is on, and it needs the biggest packages ever. Adansi Travels World Cup packages are the best and the biggest you can find anywhere, with so many options that will blow your mind out. Travel packages for Qatar and Dubai, which includes return flight, hotel accommodation, daily buffet breakfast, airport and in-city transfers, 1 month multi-entry visa to Dubai, discovery of Doha and Dubai guided city tour, card for entry to Qatar with free public transport in Doha, complimentary guided Dubai city and shopping tour, and the ultimate FIFA category 3 tickets for Ghana matches as per package. Ghana, this is big, all at a cost effective and affordable rate. Terms and